Hey everybody, hope you are having a great first day of December. I thought as we head into the last month of 2023, I'd give you a quick update, catch you up to speed in what's going on in my life and as well as the business. You know, some of you know, a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, I launched HaltingWinter. Again, Seth Winter Halter. I thought I'd launch a business that used the name that often, was kind of teased at growing up. Such a long last name, Winter Halter. I thought, and that's what I got. I used to get as a kid, oh, you're going to halt the winter, Seth, you're going to halt the winter. Well, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to halt winter for people who have maybe been in winter too long, right? Winter serves a purpose. There's a purpose and reason for every one of the seasons. Fall, winter, spring, summer. But some of us, especially I think, coming out of the recent pandemic, now inside of a seemingly ongoing, perpetual recession, it seems like we've settled for some habits and some rhythms and maybe some mindsets inside of winter that are not healthy. They're not healthy personally, and they're not healthy professionally. And that's really, over the course of the last year, coaching a number of clients, both personally and professionally, it seems like that is what has most resonated to me, with me, to me, and for me to really give my life to in this next season and chapter. And that's really what this last year is for me. It's been a time of really reflection, of assessment to say, what is it that I think I am most equipped, skilled, experienced with, that I can actually help people the most with. And that comes down to this, kind of the vision of HaltingWinter is this. We help people optimize their lives, we help small businesses optimize their frameworks, and we help companies optimize their cultures. All three of those optimizations serve one big goal, and that is to produce and empower and ensure extraordinary results. We want to empower people's lives. We want to empower people's efforts in their vocation to empower and ensure extraordinary results. Now you may say extraordinary results, what is that? That just seems like it's kind of like, dessert. It sounds like clever marketing. But I want you to think about this. I want you to think, especially you'll resonate with this if you're a parent. I don't know a parent, and maybe I'm in the wrong circles, but I don't know a parent, one parent, that doesn't want the lives of their children to be better than their own. I think that would be a pretty distorted, selfish parent to not want that for their children. And in fact, that's kind of the story, I think, of America. America, the United States, thrives off this idea of wanting to produce something better so the next generation can experience better. Not just as selfish, but so they can continue this kind of line of doing bigger, more impactful, more significant things, right? This is what led us to going to the moon. This is what leads us to development in business and in communities and in architecture and art, like all kinds of things. This is the ability that affords the evolution of success. And so that's what we're trying to do. We're not trying to make extraordinary results because we have to do bigger and better. It's because I think we want to. We want to create momentum both personally, right? I don't know anyone who just wants to live in Groundhog's Day, who wants tomorrow to be the same as today. I want tomorrow to be better. I want it to be fresher. I want it to be more vivid. I want it to be more embraced. I want to be better myself. I want to be more self-aware. I want to be more people-aware. I want to experience the present and all it has to offer in its varieties, in its similarities, right? Every day doesn't have to be unique, but it does, I think, I do want it to have, I want it to have growth, right? Because I'm evolving, I am hopefully getting better as a human, as a person, as a friend, as a parent, as all the things that I am. I want to be better at those things. And I think that also shows that, right, no one has arrived, no one's perfect in all the facets of their life, and so we should be aiming to be better, both personally and professionally, because a lot of what we do in life is our profession. It's what do we give our life to, and that's not just your profession, isn't just your work life, your 8-hour, right, title and job. That's anything you do. Right? That's what actually the word vocation means. Vocation, the Latin word comes from the word calling, which means that which you give your life to. So this is vocational work. This is avocational. Maybe that's hobbies. Maybe that's community involvement, your service. That is the way you neighbor, the way you parent, the way you relationship with your friends and your family. It's all the aspects of your life, all of your doing. So that's what we want to help. We want to help people optimize their lives, small businesses, because we believe small businesses are the real framework and foundation of every community. Small businesses are what employ the vast majority of people in America. And so we need small businesses. We need you locally rooted in your community to bring thriving. But we also need companies. And that's just the reality we live in. We live in a world of large companies. But the danger is when a company becomes large, it needs, because of its size, redundancy. But that redundancy can then make people feel like they're just a cog in a wheel. They're just they're not really human. They're not really seen and heard and known. They're not really valued. And so we believe that as a company grows, it needs to really focus on its leadership and its culture so that it continues to thrive and flourish. Not just grow, but thrive and flourish, right? Weeds grow. We want to be flowers. We want to be trees bearing fruit, good things. And so those are the three things that HaltingWinter wants to give themselves to, myself, the team that I'm building. And we accomplish those three things through three chief programs. The first is the company culture program. If you're a CEO, if you're an executive in a company, I'd encourage you to go to haltingwinter.com/culture and read about our culture program, how we can help your leadership team become more self-aware, become more people-aware, become more language-aware. The way we speak is oftentimes through our lens. If you're married, you know this. It's the whole men are from Mars, women are from Venus. We want each other to read our minds. We don't really speak the same language. It's the same thing in companies. You have a lot of different personalities, a lot of different ways people think, and you need to know those various languages, especially if you're in leadership, to be able to lead well, to be able to lead effectively. Leadership has a big bearing on culture, but then you also need to think about your culture. How are you caring for people in a way that, again, isn't just care divided by who you are as a company and what you're doing, what you're rowing towards. So the company culture program we have for small business owners, we have the optimization and growth program. One of the big problems with a small business is as it grows, it just has so many complexities. And the reality is most small business owners are skilled in their particular area, right? If you own a window gutter cleaning business, you're probably a skilled cleaner. You know what needs to go on that roof, what needs to go in those gutters, but you're probably not skilled in marketing, necessarily in sales, in team development, in hiring and firing. The elements of small business are most often the elements that sink that business. It's not that you're not good at what you do, it's that you aren't good at being a business owner because you didn't go to school for that. You probably are learning on the job. And so how do we help you optimize? How do we help build frameworks around your small business to take the stress off of you, to make decision making easy, and to make your business then capable to grow and scale? So that's what our small business optimization and growth program is. You can go to haltingwinter.com/SMB and look at that program. The final program is the program for individuals. That's for people, couples, people that want to continually grow themselves. And the only way we grow is to do three things. You have to assess your present. And this is why it's called Storyline Symphony. It's called Storyline because every person has a story. Your life is a story. Humans think in stories, and so we're very captivated by stories, so you should live a captivating life. And so you have a story, But that story, again, I'm a musician. I was a professional orchestral conductor, grew up and played music my whole life. And so it's easy to think of a song. Your life is a song. Well, I started thinking about that, and I thought, well, maybe I can, that'll be the thing, storyline, write your song. And I thought, well, as a symphony guy, there's something complex about a symphony. There's something beautiful and really really cool about a singer-songwriter, the acoustic guitar and singing that song. But it's not a very complex thing. It's pretty easy to grab a guitar, if you're a talented musician, grab a guitar and start singing and entertain people and do something artistic and creative. It's not even a lot harder. It's a radically different thing to get 65 musicians who play all kinds of different instruments and get them to play together in balance and in harmony to bring forth a captivating performance in a symphony. That is a whole different world. And it takes a conductor, a very skilled conductor, to bring that around. And I started thinking about that, and I think one of the reasons people's lives stay in winter, they stay in hibernation, again, there's fears there's comfort in our bad habits. But here's the thing. Oftentimes we don't realize that a decision in one aspect of our life creates ripples in the other. And so if in an orchestra the brass section decides today's the day where we're just going to play, like we're tired of having to be quiet all the time and let the woodwinds play, we're tired of the strings getting all the credit, we're just going to play and do our thing, right? Well, it's not going to make music. It's going to be a really brass heavy weird performance, and it's probably going to annoy people. So in our lives, when we oftentimes, because our culture is so wired towards work, that when we spend so much time only thinking about, I need to make money, I need work, I need this thing to be success, we don't realize the ripple effects that causes in ourself, in our relationships. And this is really, man, I just spent a lot of time taking the last 2 years to really reflect and say, and I've been doing this for a while now. Actually, this is, if you know my health journey, I was 100 pounds overweight 5 years ago, and through nutrition, through activity, through sleep, I had to really look at my sleep habits. I lost 100 pounds. I'm in the best shape I've ever been in my entire life, even as a high school, college athlete. And so I had to do some work, though. I had to really assess my present. I had to look at my past, reflect on the past, and I had to paint a better, clearer picture of the future. And not just in one area, not just in work or not just in my relationships. I had to look at all the aspects of my life and start to craft that picture and see how those ripple effects were going to impact the other areas. And so anyway, that's where Storyline Symphony was birthed. We live a story. You're writing a story. And that story is a song, and that song is really a symphony. It has different parts and different sections, and Storyline Symphony, the workshop, will help you look at those different sections, those different areas of your life to say, how are you doing? Let's just give a check-in and assess those areas. And now, in light of that, now you kind of you start to figure out the puzzle pieces of, okay, I kind of thought this area needed growth, but now I kind of see these two areas could use some growth too. And actually, I'm really encouraged by this area. I've seen growth here. I want to continue that. Maturity. And then you can look at your past and glean some more answers, some more information to then create really, I think, a healthy picture of your future. Sometimes the picture of our future can be too unicorn, too much dreaming and not enough like reality. Why do you want that? Is it because you feel that would make you happy, or actually are you drawing on present and past realities that tell you no, that actually would be a more fulfilling, satisfying life? And so that's what we do. We try to really take your present and your past and form then a really healthy picture of your future, in order then to give you the tools to actually bring it to reality. A lot of these things, workshops on life planning, they're very emotional. They're very like, wow, this is cool. I painted this amazing picture, but that's all it stays. It just stays as a picture instead of giving you the tools necessary to then actually bring that picture into reality. That's what we want to do. We want to help you not only paint the picture, but actually give you the tools and resources to then take daily steps to actually see it come to fruition. Because again, we're here to empower and ensure extraordinary results, personally and professionally. So, really excited about the new year. Something we're going to do over the next few days. Obviously it's Christmas time. It's the holiday season. It's the first day of December is when I'm recording this. And oftentimes we hear about the 12 days of Christmas, the song, the 12 days of Christmas, and all the gifts. Well, we're going to start giving away some gifts just because we are passionate about what we do, and we really do want to see as many people impacted as possible. Now, obviously, the work that I do with HaltingWinter pays the bills, feeds my family. I got 4 growing, hungry kids, right? And so I wish I could just give everything away for free, but Bill Gates or Elon Musk is yet to write me a check to just fund my life. So until that happens, I do have to charge, but we want to make things, we want to, especially in this Christmas season, do some fun gift giving to help you start to get the ball rolling. So again, go check out HaltingWinter.com. The front page is not, we're actually in the process of talking with a handful of people about doing a massive overhaul on our website. But I'll put the links down in post. You'll see 3 things: the company culture program, the small business optimization and growth program, and Storyline Symphony. Those workshops that's really what we're going to spend December and January pushing. And so just because, again, New Year's resolutions, everyone's kind of thinking about how do I dial myself in? Well, I really do believe this is the program. If you're going to choose to be a part of a program, and there are good programs out there, right? There's Michael Hyatt's Best Year Ever, Donald Miller, Hero on a Mission. Our framework is really built on the Hero on a Mission, and it uses tools from Best Year Ever. It uses tools from a lot of different resources, and that's why I think it's one of the best it's the best program. I'm gonna have faith and believe that it's the best program because I've taken a lot of different resources and funneled those, taken the best parts of them. And also, here's one of the things too, and just I know this video is getting long, but when you do work for yourself, you have to make sure that when it's personal, professional, whatever it is, when you're doing reflective exercises, you need to ask yourself kind of who is leading and who is guiding you in that process. Now, obviously, you can do it alone, but you're probably having influences. Here's what I found. A lot of these books are written by, if you're familiar with like the Enneagram or the DISC profile, they're Enneagram 3s, they're DISC profile high D. These are doers. These are people that are very structured, very like goal setting. I mean, that's their wheelhouse. And that's great, And so if you're one of those people, when you use one of those books, it'll probably be very helpful because you will align with that thinking and that structure. Here's what I found. A lot of people aren't. A lot of people aren't driven that way. Like goals they're not motivating to them. They're almost intimidating and daunting to them. And so one of the things I've tried to do in Storyline Symphony is think about the different kinds of people and personalities and how best to help all those kind of mindsets be able to then use tools and resources to bring their dream into fruition. And so if you're not a goal person, if goals kind of intimidate you, then we have some language and some tools to help you that's not going to be so daunting and intimidating. I think that's really one of the problems why a lot of people don't get forward momentum, personally especially, is because the way we tell people to do it becomes daunting in itself. Like, oh, I painted this picture and now every day I've got to do these 3 things and I've got to think about what those 3 things are, and if I don't do them I feel like a failure, and so you never get momentum because it's almost too daunting. And that's where really also the beauty, I think, of Storyline Symphony is going to be the community. It's really, as we grow this thing, as people go through the workshops, we're creating a community of people that will be able to speak. You'll be able to find people that speak your language, that kind of have your same mindset, and you'll be able to inspire and encourage one another. So anyway, just really excited about the year ahead. Excited for myself to really have clarity on the things HaltingWinter and myself are offering. Excited about the team. I've spent a lot of this last year meeting with coaches and consultants and business owners, just all kinds of people. You know me, I just love networking, love meeting people. And so I've really partnered with some of I think are the best coaches in the nation who are really skilled in particular ways, who are going to be a part of these programs to help bring results. It's not just me, it's not just my experience and insights. It's really a bunch of people who I'm just excited to work with, partner with, and see what we can do together, right, to bring around extraordinary results. That's what we want to do: empower you and ensure those extraordinary results. So if we can help, hit me up. I'm easy to find on the socials. Go to HaltingWinter.com, look at one of our posts and see those 3 areas, those 3 ways that we can help you. And we'd love to chat and love to see how we can be a part of your story, whether that's personal or professional. Until we meet again, friends, have a great December.